you ever wondered why you make certain choices, even when you think you've carefully weighed all the options? The truth is, most of our decisions happen beneath the surface in the subconscious mind. While we like to believe that we're logical and rational, the reality is far more complex. Our brains are constantly processing information, emotions, and experiences, often without us even realizing it. This unseen process guides our actions in ways we rarely notice. In this video, we'll explore how our subconscious shapes our decisions and why the stories we tell ourselves afterward might not be the whole truth. Let's break down the process. When faced with a decision, your subconscious mind reacts first. It's quick, emotional, and often automatic. You might feel a sudden attraction to a product, a person, or an idea without knowing exactly why. This feeling drives your initial action. Maybe you reach for that item on the shelf or agree to a plan without hesitation. Only after you've acted does your conscious mind step in, searching for reasons to justify what you've already done. This sequence, feeling, acting, then explaining, is at the heart of how we make choices. Subconscious mind is like a silent partner working behind the scenes. It processes countless bits of information every second, drawing on memories, instincts, and emotions. This part of the mind is incredibly fast, much faster than our conscious logical thinking. It helps us make snap judgments, avoid danger, and seize opportunities. But because it operates below our awareness, we often don't realize how much it influences us. The next time you make a quick decision, pause and consider, was it really logic or something deeper? After we act, our conscious mind gets busy. It creates a logical story to explain our behavior, even if the real reason was emotional or instinctive. This process is so natural that we rarely question it. For example, you might say you bought a new phone because of its advanced features, but deep down maybe it just felt right or you liked the way it looked. Our minds are experts at weaving convincing explanations, making us believe we're always in control. This phenomenon is known as post-rationalization. It's the act of creating a logical explanation for something we've already done, even if the real motivation was subconscious. Post-rationalization helps us feel consistent and rational, but it can also mask the true drivers behind our choices. Understanding this concept can help us become more aware of our real motivations and perhaps make better decisions in the future. Let's look at a common example. Imagine you're shopping and suddenly feel drawn to a particular jacket. You buy it on impulse. Later, when someone asks why, you say it's high quality and practical. But if you're honest, the real reason might be that it just felt right in the moment. This is post-rationalization in action. Your mind creates a logical story after the fact, making your choice seem perfectly reasonable. Why do we feel the need to explain our actions logically? It's partly because we want to see ourselves as rational beings. Admitting that we act on feelings or instincts can be uncomfortable, so our minds quickly build stories that fit our self-image. This helps us maintain a sense of control and confidence, even if the real process was far less logical than we'd like to admit. Emotional responses are incredibly fast. They often happen before we're even aware of them. Our subconscious can process a situation and trigger a reaction in a split second. Logical thinking, on the other hand, is much slower. By the time we start to analyze, the decision is often already made. This speed gives emotions a powerful influence over our choices, whether we realize it or not. Once our subconscious has made a decision, our conscious mind steps in to justify it. We search for reasons that make sense to us and to others. This isn't necessarily dishonest, it's just how our minds work. We want our actions to align with our beliefs and values, so we craft explanations that fit. This process helps us feel consistent and in control, even if the real reasons are hidden from view. Instincts play a huge role in decision-making. They're shaped by our experiences, upbringing, and even our biology. When we face a choice, these instincts can guide us toward what feels right, often without us realizing it. While logic has its place, it's usually our gut feelings that lead the way. Recognizing the power of instinct can help us understand ourselves and our decisions a little better. Our emotions are closely linked to our memories. When we encounter a situation that reminds us of something from the past, our subconscious can trigger a familiar feeling. This emotional response can shape our decisions even if we're not aware of the connection. By understanding how memory and emotion work together, we can start to see why some choices just feel right. We like to believe we're in full control of our decisions, but the truth is, much of what we do is guided by forces we don't fully understand. Our subconscious mind is constantly at work, shaping our preferences and actions. The stories we tell ourselves afterward help us feel in control, but they're often just that, stories. Recognizing this illusion can be both humbling and empowering. Habits are another way our subconscious shapes our lives. Once a behavior becomes routine, we do it automatically, often without thinking. These habits can influence our decisions in subtle ways, making us choose certain options simply because they're familiar. By becoming aware of our habits, we can start to make more intentional choices. Humans have a strong desire for consistency. We want our actions, beliefs, and self-image to align. When we act on impulse, our minds quickly create explanations that fit our existing beliefs. This drive for consistency helps us feel stable and secure, but it can also blind us to the real reasons behind our choices. Our decisions are also shaped by the people around us. Social norms, peer pressure, and cultural expectations can all influence what feels right. Sometimes we act to fit in or gain approval and then create logical reasons to explain our behavior. Understanding these social influences can help us see the bigger picture behind our choices. Marketers are experts at tapping into our subconscious. They use colors, music, and messaging to create emotional responses that drive us to act. Later, we might explain our purchase with logical reasons, but the real trigger was often emotional. Recognizing these tactics can help us become more mindful consumers. Neuroscientists have studied how the brain makes decisions. They found that emotional centers in the brain often activate before logical areas. This means our feelings can shape our choices before we're even aware of them. Understanding the science can help us appreciate just how powerful our subconscious really is. Decision-making often follows a two-step process. First, the subconscious makes a quick, emotional choice, then the conscious mind creates a logical explanation. This sequence happens so smoothly that we rarely notice the transition. By paying attention to our feelings and thoughts, we can start to spot this pattern in our own lives. Emotional triggers are events or cues that spark a strong feeling, leading to quick decisions. These triggers can be anything from a familiar scent to a catchy jingle. By becoming aware of what triggers us, we can pause and reflect before acting, giving logic a chance to catch up. Logic is a powerful tool, but it has its limits. Our conscious mind can only process a small amount of information at a time. The subconscious, on the other hand, can handle much more. That's why we often rely on feelings and instincts, especially when time is short or the stakes are high. Sometimes, our logical explanations don't hold up under scrutiny. We might realize that our reasons don't fully explain our actions. This can be uncomfortable, but it's also an opportunity to learn more about ourselves. By questioning our stories, we can get closer to the real motivations behind our choices. Stories help us make sense of the world. When we create logical explanations for our actions, we're really telling ourselves a story. These stories bring comfort and order to our lives, even if they're not entirely accurate. Understanding this can help us be more honest with ourselves. Taking time to reflect on our decisions can reveal hidden motivations. By asking ourselves why we really acted a certain way, we can uncover the emotional or subconscious factors at play. This self-awareness is the first step toward making more intentional choices. We all make decisions we later regret. Instead of blaming ourselves, it's helpful to look for the subconscious or emotional triggers that led us there. By understanding these patterns, we can avoid repeating the same mistakes and grow from our experiences. Intuition is another word for the wisdom of the subconscious. It's that gut feeling you get when something just feels right or wrong. While intuition isn't always perfect, it's often based on years of experience and learning. Trusting your intuition can be a valuable tool, especially when logic alone isn't enough. The best decisions often come from balancing logic and emotion. By recognizing the role each plays, we can make choices that feel right and make sense. This balance isn't always easy, but it's worth striving for. With practice, we can learn to listen to both our hearts and our heads. Our mood can have a big impact on the decisions we make. When we're happy, we might take more risks. When we're stressed, we might play it safe. Being aware of our mood can help us understand why we choose certain options and avoid making decisions we'll regret later. Cognitive biases are mental shortcuts that can lead us astray. They're a product of our subconscious mind, helping us make quick decisions but sometimes causing errors in judgment. By learning about common biases, we can spot them in our own thinking and make better choices. Suggestions from others can influence our subconscious, shaping our decisions in subtle ways. Whether it's a friend's opinion or an advertisement, these suggestions can plant ideas that feel like our own. Recognizing the power of suggestion can help us stay true to our real preferences. Our surroundings can also shape our decisions. The layout of a store, the lighting, even the background music, all these factors can influence what feels right in the moment. By paying attention to our environment, we can make more conscious choices. Our subconscious isn't just about making decisions, it's also a source of creativity. Many great ideas come to us when we're not actively thinking, like in the shower or on a walk. By tapping into this creative side, we can solve problems and make decisions in new ways. Practicing mindfulness can help us become more aware of our thoughts and feelings. By noticing when we're acting on impulse, we can pause and consider our options. This simple habit can lead to better, more intentional decisions over time. Self-awareness is the key to understanding our true motivations. By regularly checking in with ourselves, we can spot patterns and triggers that influence our choices. This awareness gives us the power to change and grow, making decisions that truly reflect who we are. Stress can cloud our judgment and push us to make decisions we wouldn't otherwise choose. When we're under pressure, our subconscious may take over, leading to impulsive actions. Recognizing the impact of stress can help us slow down and make more thoughtful choices. A good night's sleep can improve our decision-making. When we're well rested, our brains process information more clearly and we're less likely to act on impulse. Prioritizing sleep is a simple way to support both our subconscious and conscious minds. Our past experiences shape the way we see the world and make decisions. These experiences are stored in the subconscious, guiding our reactions and preferences. By reflecting on our past, we can better understand the present choices we make. Visualization is a technique that taps into the subconscious. By imagining ourselves succeeding, we can influence our feelings and actions. Athletes and performers use this tool to boost confidence and improve performance. You can use it too to make better decisions and achieve your goals. Our core values are deeply rooted in the subconscious. They guide our decisions often without us realizing it. When our actions align with our values, we feel satisfied and at peace. When they don't, we may feel uneasy even if we can't explain why. Relationships are full of subconscious influences. We're drawn to certain people, react to others, and form bonds based on feelings we can't always explain. By becoming aware of these patterns, we can build healthier, more fulfilling connections. Understanding the role of the subconscious in decision-making is a lifelong journey. By staying curious and open-minded, we can learn more about ourselves and the hidden forces that shape our lives. This journey leads to greater self-acceptance and wiser choices. To become more aware of your subconscious, try journaling your decisions and the feelings behind them. Practice mindfulness and ask yourself why you really acted a certain way. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns and gain insight into your true motivations. No one makes perfect decisions all the time. By accepting that our choices are influenced by both logic and emotion, we can be kinder to ourselves. Embracing imperfection is part of being human, and it opens the door to growth and learning. Curiosity is a powerful tool for self-discovery. By asking questions and exploring our motivations, we can uncover the hidden forces that drive us. This curiosity leads to greater understanding and more authentic choices. In summary, most decisions start with a feeling followed by action and then a logical explanation. Our subconscious mind is the true driver, while our conscious mind creates stories to make sense of it all. By understanding this process, we can make more intentional, authentic choices. As you move forward, remember that your subconscious is always at work, shaping your decisions in ways you may not notice. By paying attention to your feelings, questioning your stories, and embracing both logic and emotion, you can make choices that truly reflect who you are. The journey to self-understanding is ongoing, but every step brings you closer to living with intention and authenticity.